'Tis I! Hello everyone, Terry was here. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. Oh, crud. Did not mean for that to happen. Ah, jeez. Anyway, as you guys can see, I have a new Pictomancer, glam. It is the, All Seasons Wake, doctor outfit. I figure it's the closest, like, it really looks like something a struggling art student would have, like, if I was a fancy art student or something. The only thing is I just need, like, a good weapon or something. I don't know. But that's just me. Ooh. What have you found? You have done poorly. Maybe I have to set some stuff already. I'm also eating, so I apologize. Never fear, Simon Belmont is here to destroy evil monsters and all who hold dear. Boing. I might need to find. I really need a new weapon. Well, look who's back from the dead! It was a grim sight. The companions looked ready fair to drop you. They dropped when they brought you in, so I offered a helping hand. Couldn't bear to see him struggle so. And you, my friend, I feared you'd gone one foot in the grave. Cold and lifeless you were, like a corpse that was about ready to somehow still breathing. Then they told me some evil, you know, went and snatched our poor exarch away in the middle of the chaos. Wicked white. What's this world coming to? Ah. But moaning never solved a thing, didn't it? Nay. Times like these, that weaker staying folks tend to stand tall, do what needs to be done. Trade with the Ilmore is back on the table. We must make use of those resources to fortify the city against the Eaters. Whatever misery the fates deem to throw at us next. Speaking of misery, Chestermiller was worried sick about you. A healer with green in her hands is not a sight you ever want to see, let me tell you. Grief. Hold on a second, guys. My cat's being needy. Back, and I'm sorry about that. Good grief. Oh, sweetie, you're alive! Why am I giving all these people Irish accents? No one's been allowed to see you ever since Spagirus Turgeons were forbidden from making visits. Reen was kind enough to tell me you were showing symptoms similar to eater corruption. So I suppose there was little any of us could have done for you in any case. As for your companions, they've been rushing hither and yon, seeking a cure for your condition. I'm worried to see their faces grow ever more haggard every time they pass through the Custarium. I shall let them know you're awake, and when they come see you, sweetie, please do convince them to rest a bit. It won't be helping anyone if they collapse in exhaustion. Our old Warren has been a little better, I'm afraid. He hasn't left the cabinet. Too busy, his nose buried in one dusty tome or another. Yeah, I'll bite back with Stola if she gives me a sass. It's just like, hey, if you don't go straight to bed, I'll pull you over my knee. How about that? Found it! This says the same thing at the last. Perhaps I should approach this problem from a different perspective. Terry! It's truly you and not something within my imagination. Oh, but this is wonderful. See, my prayers have been answered. Feeling otherwise helpless, I've been scouring the shelves for wisdom to explain the most worrisome conundrum. Why, with all the light wardens defeated, has the light returned to obscure the sky? It was pulled over 100 times, but no definite conclusions seem forthcoming. So many questions! I would pose the Exarch, and thus do I feel his absence even more keenly. Now that you're awake, however, I'm hopeful any search are stolen next to it may be beginning in earnest. Catelys, meanwhile, leads the Castilian mean in preparations for battle. Though against what foe? We are yet uncertain. When I'll pay a visit, I expect seeing you upright will be much welcome relief. Yahoo! Ow! That hurt. Terry! Alive and well, I see. You gave us all a proper fright, you know that? The days gone by that I haven't had folk worrying about what's become of you. Yeah, Exarch. Anyway, glad you recovered. Enough to stand. You're not planning on striking out straight away, although, are you? I was hoping to have a better look at your equipment. If we'd been able to provide you with better weapons or sturdier helms, maybe we'd have won the day. The Axarch would still be here. As such, we're keeping busy consulting each other on new forging techniques and designs in the stock. If you could stand a moment, I'd like to assess gear while you're trying to improve. Hi, well, that's some fine work, I must admit. It would seem to be impossible to make something better, but we need to experiment with different patterns and materials. And I'm not sure we have that kind of time. Sounds like a challenge he would enjoy. Greetings, Garland. Master of the stairs running his own errands now, is he? Well, my servers are distraught enough as it is, and I didn't want to crack the whip too hard. But never mind that. I'm thinking our absent genius and his epiphanies are a perfect answer to a predicament of yours. And by genius you mean old Geralt? He is a man of unrivaled gifts, I won't argue with you there. But what good does his talent do if we can't bloody find him? No one's seen hide nor hair of Gerald since he wandered off some years ago. You know what he's like when he latches onto an idea. He's probably cloistered himself off in a forgotten cave, completely absorbed in his latest creation. Wouldn't even know where to start looking. That does make things difficult. Still, if as eccentric as someone you're destined to meet, I wager he'll show up soon. In my time at the bar, many's the tale I've heard still strangely fated encounters. Even if a few of them seem like they might be stretching the truth a bit. We'll keep our noses to the grindstone for the time being, but on the off chance you do encounter Gerald, you would be wise to take advantage of his brilliance rather than wait on slow and steady progress. This is all talk for when you're fully recovered, of course. I'll let you get back to cavalescing, eh? For you to do that, you're actually the reason I came over here in the first place. I don't suggest you partake in my stock until you're properly well, of course. But if you're passing near the stairs, then I've got a regular who's eager to see you. I'd be a getting back. Just because the world's coming apart seems doesn't mean we have to follow suit now, does it? Yeah, can't forget the heart upon which the city was founded. Well, the Axarch might be much of a home to return to. Terry, you alright? I think a return to your sick bed would be in order. Or you might consider resting a while on top of the wash chair next to the rookery. The sky doesn't make me feel with soothing scenery. The Axarch often like to stand up there and feel the wind on his face. Wait. Maybe we're considering an elevator.
The people of this city have spirit, I'll give them that. They've not lost the will to fight. I can imagine how torn you must feel, looking at that sky. Knowing what it means to everyone. And that you're responsible.
Secrecy is worse. Rather people knew. Still can't believe it's coming from me. It's all supposed to miss.
Aye. An all too familiar one. Here you stand alone, expecting no one else to bear the burden for you. You're in a corner, and there doesn't seem to be any obvious way out. But that doesn't mean it's over. However hopeless it seems, you haven't lost yet. I remember looking up at the sky like this before. Being caught up in a strange kind of calm. It was after we realized we were responsible for the flood. When we resolved to journey to the source by taking our own lives. One last sacrifice. One last fight. One last failure. And then the Oracle appeared and... well, you know the rest. There were times in the years and decades that followed when I wondered if we might not have been better off just letting the rejoining happen. That we'd made one last mistake. But seeing that giant Talos stir to life cured me of any doubts I still had. Always we took the burden of fighting upon ourselves.
Yeah.
That's what heroes do, isn't it? So we never had the chance to see anything like that. Our people coming together as one. To think that their hope still burned so bright. That they were still so eager to live, they would lift up their fellows, one on top of the other, till they reached the sky. No. We made the right decision. And I can finally feel proud of the part we played in helping this world survive. Well?
Really?
Come on,
I
then.
didn't think you the type for a fist bump.
As I thought. What happened between us was no coincidence. My story may be finished, but the fates have gifted me a minor role in yours. I suspected as much the moment I realized you could hear me. But it's hard not to doubt yourself when you're the man who caused the flood. I was afraid to do anything more than watch for fear of making things even worse. But no longer. After all, the path I once walked is now yours to finish. For what it's worth, I cast my lot with yours. If you need a push, I'll be right there behind you. If you lose control, I'll do my best to stop you. So, let us be about it, hero.
Hero.
Oh, I was worried you were up here all alone, brooding and fretting and wallowing in your woes. But look at you, grinning at nothing like a pollen-drunk pixie. Look at what you've done to your ether. It's a mess. And you have cracks running all through that pretty soul of yours. My poor little sapling. Whatever am I to do with you? Shall I yield up my throne? You could claim it. Cut ties with the mortal world. Hide away in the castle. It won't fix the problem, but would it really matter? If any pesky heroes come calling with steel and magic, all of Il Meg will rise up in your defense. My crown and scepter are yours, if you want them.
That's a lovely thought.
What? Don't give me that look. Of course I knew before I asked that you'd never ever heed such a wicked suggestion. And besides, what would become of my precious and ephemeral flower? Oh, my dear beloved sapling. You are lost, confused, and have precious little time to gather your wits. Your kind is always so preoccupied with what lies ahead, and so we muddle your vision with fog and glamour. But such trickery is easy to see through. Stand very, very still. Think not of where you need to go, but where you are right now at this moment, at this time, in... our cairn of crystal. From shadowed hood he watched you go, his ruby eyes with warmth aglow. See yourself as he saw you, and that shall be the clearest clue. You stand in his garden, dear sapling. Ask his flowers what they know, and you will surely find an answer. But what will you do with it, I wonder? I'll be watching and waiting. Waiting and watching.
Excuse me. Oh, didn't expect to see you on your feet so soon. Surely you have not come to search for tomorrow. Do I know of the Crystal Exarch? Well, I'm happy to share. But I fear there will be no surprising revelations. As any in the city will tell you, he's a man of wisdom and compassionate, and many untold secrets. But none can doubt his generosity. When the Crystarium was being constructed, he even allowed folks to plunder the tower for resources. He has imposed no restrictions upon us but one. No one except the Exarch is permitted to dwell within the spire. With many seasons past, a comrade of mine was bold enough to ask a reason why. The Exarch merely smiled and said, because one day the Crystal Tower may vanish as suddenly as it arrived. Yeah, that was his plan. Terry, it's good to see you awake and not, my friend. What's this about? You're not writing the Exarch's memoirs, are you? Not sure how much I can tell you, considering we avoid talking we ask too many questions. Unspoken rule, though, and all that. If anyone has any fresh insights to share, then it would be Captain Lena, I would say. She lost her parents in an eater attack not long after she was born. And the Exarch sought her upbringing. Outward appearances aside, those two are like grandfather and granddaughter. I imagine the news of his predicaments hit her doubtly hard. Not that our proud captain never did show. If you do decide to talk to Lena, she'll be at her usual post in the Sister Gate. I'm not going. Warren! Oh, was there something else you needed? If you come from results of my research of this persistent night, I'm afraid there's little to tell as of yet. Records pertaining to the Exarch. Well, I need no document to relay what little I know of his history, and if that's what interests you. Less than a decade had passed since the coming of the flood, when the Crystal Tower first flashed into existence. Its summoner, the Exarch himself, became known to the refugees in Lakeland soon thereafter. He welcomed all who sought to the spire, be they locals who lost their homes or vomitories fleeing the ruined kingdoms, and together they found the city which would become the Crystarium. Some sought to call him king, for he refused to share his name, but the summoner did not deem himself worthy of royal dress. Thus did the people consider his scintillating skin so alike to the tower he had summoned, and bestowed him the title of Crystal Exarch. As for his true name, well, it would seem that is a mystery and remain unsolved to this day. Oh, I know his name. Die. Terry, I was not told you had awoken. Welcome surprise. If only the Exarch was returned to us. He was taken by his rival. By this rival of yours, was he not? Your companions mentioned they had an idea where to find him. So I bristled when they asked for patience. I did not understand their hesitation until I saw that you had fallen. Only then did I realize I had no business rushing ahead. Even so, the delay has been no less agonizing. Moments before he left to join you in Calusa, the Exarch entrusted me with a key. It opens the door in the ocular to a chamber known as the Umculus. This room is the heart of the tower, into which only the Exarch himself is permitted to enter. He bid me allow none to enter the tower once he departed. Only in the event of an army of eaters descended upon the city was I to access the umbilicus and awaken the defensive barrier. Never before had he left me with such instructions, but the battle with Valkyrie loomed ever near. So the time I accepted the key without much thought. Since then, however, the moment is all but occupies my mind. I recall the look on his face. He knew some terrible fate awaited him. Tell me, Terry. I need to know what he feared. What battle you and your companions were truly fighting. I can't. Forgive me. I trust in the Exarch, and I should not be voicing these doubts when he is to be respond to them personally. But you have to come with me. the question of your own, have you not? You've come to me with a question of your own, have you not? I see. I'm not the only one who burns for answers. Time's come to open Tower's heart. Though we do not face an invasion of eaters, I suspect the city will be in far more danger if you do not gain knowledge you seek. Come, meet me in the ocular. I'll unlock the door within. Who dares disturb my slumber? I'll work on this later. Oh, sorry. Captain said to expect you.
I have unlocked the door to the umbilicus. You are free to enter. Once you have what you require, I'll see it sealed once more. Until then, I will remain without.
Thank you. It's not books. Oh!
A moment to collect my thoughts, I prithee. Thy true name is Grahatia, then. By thy claims, thou too art a native of the Source, though from an age beyond our own, when the 8th umbral calamity hath visited devastation upon our star. Thou hast, by subtle means, reached across the boundaries of time and space to unsow the seeds of catastrophe, ere its creeping vines drag our champion unto an early grave.
In essence, yes. A difficult story to swallow, I am sure.
I doubt not the veracity of thy words, not the account of thy coming, nor that of the fated calamity. Yet my mind straineth still to apprehend the enormity of this tale. Wouldst thou favor me with a gradual unfolding of its chapters?
Say again?
Certainly. But where to begin? I should start with those great minds who survived the calamity. Sid Garland being perhaps the greatest. In hopes of staying the unending tides of war, he and his fellows pursued all manner of possible solutions. One of these was rooted in a theory which unified several fundamental principles discovered over the course of the Warrior of Light's adventures. It proposed a method by which one could enter the river of time, traverse the rift, and leap between worlds. Perfecting that idea, however, was a work which consumed their lifetimes, and thus was it left to future generations to decide whether theory would be put into practice. But all the while, the world continued to burn. Hope was a feeble outpost, beset on all sides by thievery and misery and murder. People cried out in despair, "There is no hope! We are finished! Mankind is finished!" Then others raised their voices in answer. Though we be beyond salvation, those who came before may yet be saved. We will forge a crossroads and pave the way for a different future. By the wisdom of our forebears, we will prevent this calamity from ever having come to pass. The fighting went on unabated, but some few took up Sid's research and labored to realize those impossible ideas. After 2 centuries of labor, their descendants finally succeeded in awakening the Crystal Tower, an integral part of the process, and, in doing so, roused its caretaker, me. By this stage, scholars had largely established the phenomena underpinning the rejoining, and identified the first as the shard which precipitated the 8th Umbral Calamity. This grand structure was already capable of storing the energies required to attempt the translocation. All that remained was to augment some few of its functions based upon the theoretical models of Sid and his compeers.
And by means of such technologies didst thou effect thine arrival in the first, to an age before this star had joined with the Source.
Some while before, as it turned out. 'Tis all but impossible to predict how time will flow between one world and the next, and we missed our mark by almost an entire century. But this only worked in our favor. The Sin Eaters could not be defeated without the blessing of light, and summoning the only man who might stand a chance against them would require decades of preparation.
An undertaking of scarce credible endurance. That thou hast kept thy plan from falling into disarray these many years bordereth on the miraculous.
And reckless.
Yet howsoever history be rewritten, thy present self was shaped by events which followed the calamity. Should said catastrophe be averted, the very skein of thine existence will unravel. Surely thou hast foreseen this.
I am aware of the consequences. 'Tis for that very reason Sid and his colleagues bequeathed their legacy as an offering, and not an edict. To give all of oneself for the happiness of others, and with no promise of reward. 'Tis a hard thing to ask. Harder still for those condemned to survive in a world which pitted brother against brother. Indeed, you are right to call the execution of this plan miraculous, though the force which held it together was nothing so inexplicable. It was him, the warrior of light, has been our unbroken thread. Where others would stumble and fall, he would rise above. Where others would break and run, he would carry on. The warrior of light's tale is one of unyielding bravery. To tell it was to feel courage. To hear it was to feel hope. It was a breath of inspiration in an age of suffocating shadow. In the histories of a fallen nation was our hero hailed as its greatest ally. in the time-worn pages of a noble's memoirs, were his deeds joyously retold. For many, these stories were the flame which warmed them through the coldest of nights. And so it should come as little surprise that the plan found no shortage of volunteers, concerning as it did the Warrior of Light himself. It was their chance to add their own verse to the hero's saga. He was the lodestar that brought them all together, to send their final message back through time and space to him. The light of your legacy was our torch in the darkness. Burn bright again and live. I am merely the bearer of that wish, come to ensure it is safely delivered.
Wherefore sharest thou this burden with me and no other? What wouldst thou have me say?
That you will be my accomplice? 'Twas you yourself who convinced me of your suitability when you spoke of how you learned of the Flood, and of your part in arranging Minfilia's journey to the First. Your actions showed uncommon resolve. 'Twas clear you were committed to the cause of saving this world. I knew I could trust you to choose the right path forward, even if that choice came with a heavy price.
What price?
When all is said and done, and the last of the Light Wardens lies slain, I will absorb their corrupted ether, and then I will die. Knowing what I know of your companions, not to mention your champion, they will try to stop me. But in saving one, they would save none. Therefore, I implore you to aid me in concealing my identity, and ensuring this tale ends as it must. To this end, I would have you take what I have told you of the Calamity, and make of it a portent. A prophetic vision you beheld in the swirling chaos of the Rift.
Is this truly thy wish?
History remembered the Warrior of Light, as I knew it would. And I will suffer no other to rescue the champion whose star has charted my course. I will see this tale to a happy end, my friend. There has been enough tragedy.
Careful now. If you lose control again, the Light could claim you for good. Although it's probably only a matter of time before you succumb to the change in any case.
I know.
What do you mean to do?
Interesting echoes.
Then we should be on our way. Diassian mentioned the Tempest, did he not? That's the stormy seas around Calusia to you. His lair must be down there somewhere, hidden beneath the waves.
Find the answers you sought. There's nothing more you need, I really like. Some questions about the Tempest. Tempest? That's the name given to the seas by which Caluska is bound. Make a request of the Tamers that will provide you with a mile to fly over the waters. I want to leave right this moment. I don't know. I'm not sure that... No, I will not seek to stop me. Go with my blessing in the shadow and I will make you something. Slip away unnoticed. Requiring tomorrow. Just a moment, I shall sail as swift as best to fly over to an island. The open water? To the depths of the Tempest? Our Morrow can swim, yes, but not to reach the ocean floor. Ah! Sorry.
Ah, we have found thee. Word reached us of thy recovery, and thus did we gather with all haste. Ah. By thy looks, I gather thou hast gleaned that which I came to tell thee.
Yeah.
Urianger has shared everything with us. The Exarch's true identity and purpose.
I offer no excuses. When I agreed to aid the Exarch with his plans, 'twas in full acceptance of the condemnation I would face when my duplicity was laid bare. Yet it is not rancor, but resolve that I sense in thee. Thou art fully intent upon walking thy path to its end, art thou not? If thou canst forgive my deception, or, failing that, set aside thy displeasure for a time, I do beg leave to follow thee. What strength and wisdom I possess are thine to command.
Danger to those around me.
I understand the precarious nature of thy condition. Nonetheless, it is my wish to remain at thy side for as long as I am able.
I'm sorry, but I don't think this is a good idea. Leaving the Crystarium, I mean, with or without Urianger. What I did for you won't last forever. There's no telling when the light will break free again. Please, you must stay here. At least for a little while longer. We will find a way to cure this, I promise you.
How can you make promises? We don't even know where to start.
Alize, please. You know Reen was only trying to help.
Of course I know! I know only too well! But making promises you have no way of keeping is not a kindness. It's a lie. Plain and simple. We've all searched high and low for an answer, and every one of us came back empty-handed. I am not about to stand in his way now. Not after failing him in his hour of need. No! The least we can do is...
We will go with you as well. There is naught to be gained by standing still.
Indeed, we have exhausted every other avenue. Lead, and we shall follow. If there is any hope to be found, then we will surely find it at your side.
Are we all in agreement then?
Is there aught we can do to help?
Though we may not know the whole story, we do know you're in for a fight. And while the Exarch's away, it falls to the rest of us to see the Warrior of Darkness is given a proper send-off.
You told them!
No. Well, not in so many words.
Aye, we didn't need it spelled out for us. When the night sky appeared over whichever place you went to, it was harder not to put two and two together.
From the moment I heard that you and the Exarch shared the homeland, I had my suspicions. Long had he been waiting for a certain someone to arrive. And I knew at once that it must be you.
Exactly. When he went up to meet you, 'twas clear it was no ordinary visitor. That spring in his step spoke volumes. I could feel his excitement.
E2! That's right!
This is a secret.
We do not fully understand where you or the Exarch hail from, or why you've all done so much to protect us. But we are deeply grateful nonetheless. So, if there is anything at all we might do to aid your journey, you need only name it. What would you have of us?
You might have invited them to join us, where there are not so many. But come, they are waiting. What is your will, O Warrior of Darkness?
Finish preparing to be returned. Yeah, that's the only downside. It kind of clips. Thou just plan to come here tomorrow for thy journey to open sea. Emmet itself in order will drain every legacy of stamina. Thus, during thy convalescence, we consider the most efficient method for reaching the depths of the Tempest, and I believe we have arrived at an elegant solution. Yet, ere we to discuss this set, I suggest thou dost conclude such pressing business as remains to the in the Crystarium. Once the sea chooses above our heads, we are unlikely to surface again until our grandparents' time. Oysters on the half shell, turtle power. As on water, I shall unfold on the bosom. Our destination is the ocean floor, yet our goal is simply not to arrive there. Nay, we must needs to breathe and fight freely. Thus I will petition the aid of one of the Fae, a being with whom I have yet to meet face to face. One of the Fae. Rather than waste word of your explanation, I bid thee follow me into the hamlet of Sullen, which lies south and west. All will become abundantly clear, I promise thee. That Ariandra just speaks some riddles and nothing else. Still nothing yet. It's here. There, to the west. Can thou discern the hump of an isle rising above the water? That foliage-covered mass hid its way key to our safe descent. Swim close and plunge thee beneath the surface. Thou shalt soon divine the reason for my insistence. Though it may be much to shame, I can but flail and flounder where thou may glide like a... You can't swim?! Wow. I shall board a boat to the island and spare one and all the spectacle of mine in its strokes. That's an eyelid. Appears solid enough, the rock feels some under your touch. The surface is gently shifting, or was it just your imagination? Well, what hast thou just discerned? Must be the certain eyeball. Most perceptive. According to the law of the Pixies, we are, even now, perched upon the back of an ancient fey entity. Its name is Bismarck. Aye, the self-same title by which we did know the great feathered whale driven by the source. I would enlist its aid to bear us into the deep, and thus banish the water with an airy sphere. I like to form the domes which do shelter the hamlets living in the sea. With this compass, we may move yet uncumbered and defend ourselves which our battle cometh, as this most surely shall. Now I must needs ask for silence while I make my supplication. Can I speak whale?
Wir Sach, Bilan Bismail. Fallen si lor wislan, adas si alina.
Van urs atslir, olfod thim, iri guath thi.
Oh dear. I don't need to speak Fey to know that didn't go well.
He's only interested in sleeping, honestly. Phil?
Oh, my snake yak! You've learned to call me at last! And where do you go? On a trip? A journey? I knew you wouldn't give up without a fight. Oh, my precious mortal, I shall help you in any way I can. Yes, Bismail win picked. Van dromi drom yakum. Van red rithye.
Una, Sahawin Wilsk. Isnerim, Sor Vierlo.
Be sure to scrub this one's teeth for him upon your return. He's only got manners.
It will be done, Your Majesty. Our deepest thanks for your timely intervention.
An agreement is reached and your departure is at hand. You wingless ones best hold on tight.
To what?
May the blessings of the Fae keep you safe, Inba.
Lo fallo ruis. Van in nar sitar. Dir sitagnai.
Oh.
And just like that, it's all gone back to the way it was.
What was you expecting? 100 years of honey and rainbows? Seeing them Yulmore types wake up and smell the ashes was miracle enough for me.
Ah, the magic in the air when that ladder started moving. And when that great hulking Talos rose up. Gods. I could live 1,000 years and never behold anything so amazing.
Sure about that?
What the? Do you see that?
What?
What a monster! Where did it even come from?
Whoa there!
It's not stopping.
Vanana Anna Tilden Sidok Iri Halsi Funne Aktma Thonyasni Tagnai.
Thanks. Ow. Well,
Wow.
The breath of Bismarck. See how it swells to form a dome beneath the waves? The waters recede. The tempest's floor is laid bare. In defiance of the blinding sky, this place holds fast to its gloom. The last refuge of he who denies the light with every fiber of his being. You stand at the precipice, hero. Journey unto the heart of darkness. Finish it.
Finish it. Do it. I'm full glad of that Bismarck was true to his word. We arrived in the Tempest, safe and dry. It is here we shall find the lair of Emmet's silk, and I believe the imprisoned exarch as well. Farnesian loans. Of course, a trifling matter to flee into the rift, yet I suspect as much travel is nigh impossible with mortal in his custody. Nay, he would not soon risk the prize when the exarch's very body serves as the key to the Crystal Tower and its powers of temporal transportation. Thus, I am all but certain that he is underwater realm harboreth our friend and enemy both. We have but to find him. In the event you leave the area, speak with Inwell and Yards of Consulate. It's amazing. I dare say Hirianju managed a playful attention from Pixies to learn more of the big smarts. It's not anything dirty scholar. I remember being impressed by the gems in the early sea. It makes them look like bubbles in the steam. It must be powerful indeed to create a gem this size. I can only pray to whichever gods here listening that you can just hold. Now as for what we should be looking for, I rather doubt Emmet Silk will be sitting around here. Emmet! 1T. Fix that. I propose we follow the slope down towards the deeper trenches to keep an eye out for rock formations large enough to house a stronghold. Let's be off then. Watch your footing. The ground's still wet, like really slippery. Instantly just slips over and falls. What exactly are we looking for? Some kind of evil lair. An evil lair on the bottom of the sea. Well, should be interesting. I wonder why he's down here. I mean, what could he have made? Huh. Huh. Vendor. Good. All right. The fitness ones! They follow me! Why have you come? Was it you who took away our water? Technically speaking. Ah, so this is where the Undo make their home. I wondered. Pray forgive us for any inconvenience we may have caused. We were not aware of your people lived here in the Tempest. And we need this great dome of air that we might conduct a most urgent search and thus begging for your understanding. Chieftain, what do we do? Kill them! Oh. Hi. Are you emissaries of the Ancient Ones? mysterious have stirred, and we've seen the illuminated land shining through the gloom of the abyss. If you are the emissaries, the chosen, I bid you welcome. If you are not, I bid you leave. I am not sure I understand. Would you be willing to elaborate? It's not. I suggest we withdraw at the moment. So what's the plan? Given your condition, I'm reluctant to suggest lingering here. That said, our presently Mandarin search would prove far more swiftly if we can call upon the Under's local knowledge. Yes, I'd like to know about this illuminated land the chieftain spoke of. Could Emmet Silk stronghold, do you suppose? Perhaps he lit the lanterns upon his return? Cannot dismiss the possibility, but these Unders refuse to speak with us. Terry, do you remember my first scheme for entering the Underworld? How I planned to integrate myself by offering lucrative trade opportunities with the Under. The individual I dealt with was a resident in a manner of curious and custom, but we were able to reach an agreement nonetheless. I believe that with the right approach, we can build a similar relationship here. What kind of approach do you have in mind? Chieftain fellow didn't exactly leave us much options. If we are to tread the swiftest course, then we must have needs to locate its beginning. 'Tis our all too dramatic arrival hath thrown this settlement into confusion. Were we to solve such problems as we have caused, then, and assure our hosts thereby that our purpose here is not incompatible to them, they may yet prove admitted to reason. Orianger, condense your words. I smell chores, but very well, if it can be done quickly. What happened, do you think? I've nothing better to offer, but what do you think? I've got nothing better to offer, but I do worry what would happen if one of those tales end up leading us to a dead end. Sorry. I cannot say for certain, but I sense this tribe has a deeper connection to the Asians than first meets the eye. Once further investigation, thus I cast my vote in favor for aid in the settlement for the time being. Let's do what you do best. Then it's settled. You still? Pray proceed with your investigations. The rest of us will see about fostering some goodwill. Terry! Oh! You won't believe who I just bumped into. This is Past Uwan, a very fellow I did business prior to our ill-fated stay in Ilmore. I waited, and you did not come. The Mystiel came, but his visits did not continue. I am truly sorry. Things did not proceed as planned. Is there any aught we can do by the way of an apology? Perhaps. Where the dry return. A cavern in the north is home to a giant crabs. We do not fear the crab, for we are swifter swimmers. But now that there is no water, we run and they scuttle close behind, snipping and snapping at the claws. Too many of them, too many. I believe it can be of assistance there. Whatever you, Terry. If you're not found your task, you're welcome to Sorry. Join me? Indeed, I should appreciate the company. Well, the dry return has a rather ominous ring to it. North. I love the hammer. Stop. Okay. You can crack their shells? You must be stronger than you look. I see you've reached your quota first again. I should not be equal such as. Still, I would say we have reduced the local crab population to far less threatening number. My thanks to both of you. You must have a reward. Nay. This was my part of an apology to you, remember? Besides, which the lack of water is odd to me. Unfortunately, we must also make amends. Might I convince you to tell us something about your village instead? I would very much like to learn more about you and your people. Very well. Before the flood came, this said to be our ancestral home was found in the seas to the south. It was utterly destroyed by the light. Only those who were out hunting survived. They swam, aimless and lost, until they spied buildings here on the ocean floor. Buildings. Strange buildings they were. And long had they stood underwater. Yes, somehow they had been spared the scars of time and current. These structures proved shelter from our people, protection from the tempestuous waters and the predators which hunted them. Pardon me. Their existence seemed like a miracle. The first settlers pondered their good fortune. It was clear that the race who had built such wonders had guided their course, and from this did they discern the truth. That the ancients had chosen us to serve as caretakers for the eternal sanctuary. until such times as they have returned. Thus, if it is judged that you're coming, and this great vanishing of water was by the ancients' designs, you will find warm welcome here. Truly astonishing history. Yet I cannot help but wonder how will the significance or otherwise of our marriage. Marriage must be. Marriage is what brings us together today. Our arrival be decided. The ancients have blessed us with the protection and prosperity. If your presence serves to bring us the same, there will be no doubt in the matter. See, my earlier decision was the correct one. We thank you for the lesson, and will continue to do all we can to assist your people. Should you desire help with any of the trouble, pray, do not hesitate to ask. We should return to the task at hand, only do try not to overtask yourself, my friend. The risk far outweighs the gain. What did he mean by that? Okay, why does it... It's showing on the speech chat that there's 2 viewers, but on Streamlabs itself there are 0. What? Let me check. Yeah, 2 viewers. So I don't know what's going on with Streamlabs, guys. Okay. Aha! You, yes. I must fly. Yes. Yes. Ah, Terry. You learned off to note. Quite a bit, actually. Fascinating. And precisely the sort of information I was hoping to hear. In fact, if you have a moment, I'd like to borrow your eyes to confirm a theory I've been working on. Come! I need to go out that out that way anyway. Okay. Woo! Ah. Need to go up. Among the reason spy what appears to be a rotating ship's wheel. It was carved from wood and when I cannot. Only about the main story quest. On we go. Whoops. Now, there are two tasks which I would have you perform. First requires you to inspect the buildings which surround the Ondo settlement and note the most distinctive characteristics. Second, I wish for you to use this knife and take straight meat from one of the buildings. Pray be as thorough as you can. I shall be waiting here for the rest of your investigation. Tall, slender tower features many elaborate windows like which you've never seen anywhere else. Set the point of the knife against the wall, but even after applying considerable pressure, you cannot remove so much as a flake of stone. What have you discovered? Yes, I would agree that the windows are most distinctive. It would seem the structures appear to have both your sights in mind. And you say you couldn't so much as get a scratch on the wall, even with your mind behind it. Terry, everywhere I turn in this place, my gaze is drawn to particular materials for which I do not have a name. The buildings you investigated are prime examples. They may appear to be constructed of ordinary stone, but I assure you it is nothing of the sort. If pressed, I would believe to describe the substance as composite of several mineral properties blended to create a material of unprecedented durability. Even the Rocket Empire, once the greatest power of Norvet, produced nothing which compares to this level of perfection. But if not the Rockets, then who? Who are these ancients which the Ondos claim to architect the sanctuary? The spectre answer lies with Emmet self through here to Tempest. He may simply have wished to retreat somewhere more mortals would struggle to reach. But there are many remote locations. Why here specifically? Emmet Selk devoted his role to his role, and thus we might assume his choice of stronghold somehow serves the ASEAN agenda. Mayhap it's more than dear to him than any other. Are you saying this is built by ancient ASEANs? That is my theory. That these structures are remnants of a time before history, of a star that was yet whole and unbroken. Such traces of the source would have been obliterated by succession of umbral calamities, but here in the first, it may have remained untouched for millennia. Copy of the mural I had quite to ravel. Emmet presented to me during my visit to Fano after our victory in Calusia. Here, in the first scene, by Emmet Selk's own words, it depicts a city of eons past and then a disaster which befell it. The designs is much simplified, of course, but do you see the similarities between these towers and those you inspected? The windows. We are close to the truth, I feel. Let us search the surroundings for another tower, one which matches the picture near enough to remove all doubt. From what I've seen, not more than sand, and more sand lies to the east. And the south held no structures. I suggest you try our luck further to the northwest. That's it. Hi, this is the Mirror Rift Lodge. Though I cannot guess its purpose, must have been an imposing sight. How much of the town's hype lies hidden underneath the ground? Centuries of our history settled upon such ruins. Countless layers of dust and sediments. The entire civilization. Its existence forgotten all by some handful of assholes. They did exist. They lived here, in the city. Well, let's focus on what you've learned thus far. The Under Chieftain spoke of mysterious stirrings of the land illuminated. Judging by his words, he believes this pheromone collected related to the Asian's return. Thus we can surmise that what the Undo saw shining in the abyss was, in all likelihood, yet another remnant of this age-old civilization. And who else would light the lanterns, as Rain put it, and then Emmet himself. So we're certain he's here. But if we are to find the stronghold in a timely manner, it seems gaining the Undo's trust remains our swiftest path forward. I only saw deeds are enough to win them over. Thank you for assisting me with the investigation. I shall seek out our companions and see what we have learned. Much as I would like to tell you to sit down and just leave the rest to us for our conditioned demands that may make all reasonable ways. If you are not too weary, perhaps you should speak to Push Owen again. Ask if there's aught he could be willing to advise. Oh, I'm sorry. BRB. I need to go get another drink. Oh, great. I'm back. Sorry about that. Whew. Ah, Alphalin's friend, you and your companions have done much to repair the damage caused from the waters departed. Sorry about that. Anything else you can do? Have you been to the Wells of the Forgotten? They're the ruins to the northwest. Yes, that was the sacred site of which I speak. Could it be that your footsteps were guided there by the ancients? I believe it may be so. Listen then, and I will tell you of your plans to bring light to the walls, that we might answer the shining call of the illuminated land. We have requested a finesse craftsman to shape for us our sacred lamp. He is odd for a land dweller. Choosing as he lives in the ocean, his skill is beyond question. It is concerning, however, that we have heard nothing about his progress. If you are able to visit this artisan and return with our long-awaited light, then any doubt of your purpose will be laid to rest. His name is Geralt, and you will find his workshop in a metal structure to the south. Seriously? Ah! Someone's been abducted! Huh. Bench. Wow. Geralt? Oh, that's just great, that is. You must playing tricks on me now. Look, Charles, someone's come to visit you at the bottom of the bleeding ocean. Might as well be ghosts. Go on, Felshade, feast yourselves on the air and soul. Got no use for it. Craftsmen can't craft more pointless than a sea slug with dome and a hammer. As an insult to the bloody sea slugs. trying to raise me spirits now, would you, spirit? Before you spit from a servant to the netherworld. I'm not a servant of the netherworld. I'm very much alive. Hi. Huh. Who went before? Cross paths back in the stadium, but I don't reckon we've been formally introduced. My name's Generals. Hey, yeah! He's that guy who crafted legendary weapons before. This here is meant to be my underwater sanctuary, a place where I can give myself over to my work, far from the distractions of the outside world. And yet here you stand. What's so important that you dive all the way down here at the bottom of the tempest bothering me? Yondo's lamp. Curse me, empty head! I'm not so much made a start. I'm worthless than a sea slug. Nay, the slime left by the sea slug. Me delivery dates long past. Me workbench is untouched. And I call myself a bleeding artisan. You heard the beliefs, have you? Bringing light to the ruins is an act of deep religious and cultural significance. It was in the privilege of the craftsman to be tasked with providing a ritual instrument worthy of the occasion, but I just can't bloody well. Me man's a bleeding leg. It's like a let's drop inspiration. Tell me you got something to show me. Something that give me a muse, kick up the butt. I want to honor the common ancients. Their answering lights got to be blazing with the right kind of brightness. Like the spark of light caught in the crystal. But just being sparkly is not enough. It's got to go dance with joy and sorrow and sensibility and hardships endured. You know what I mean? Thoughts turned to Nilbert. The crystal you discovered at the end of his journey. Maybe Joel can find inspiration to that. Actually, I've let down the Yondo high. And more than that, I've let myself down. Might as well go back to my noodle kettles. What's that you got there? Such striking beauty. Shines with the heartache and laughter and this transcendence of life. Like with the turmoil in history made manifest. I can see the brilliance of the crystal's legacy. You never capture such a gleam, but not been labor for 100 years. Bugger me if I don't mean to try. Where's my tools? I must have to work before the feeling fades. Feel it? Fishing woman in my mind. Step aside, lad. Let me itch in to get my hands to work. And done. I've taken the wonders of that crystal you showed me and channeled them into a new shape which befits Ondo's spiritual character. Wow. What about a job, if I do say so myself? I had to think, I was this close to hanging up my hammer after studying the craft of the ancients. Been across the length of Breathe and Norvat and gobbled up every scrap of crafting wisdom I could find. No matter which technique I tried, me work was just no comparison. I couldn't even figure out how they put them together, buildings together. Yeah, mystery for the ages. That's what drew me here. In the first place, I bet we workshop going to the Forge's Born and lost me bleeding mill of craft. God's a crystal of yours. I'd never gone to back. I won't pry into your business, but I reckon your little miracle's been through the kind of journey you sing songs about. Echoes of the memory it holds just speak directly to the heart. I can still feel them coursing through me. The inspiration's not fading away. It's swelling up stronger and stronger. Give it a chance, and I reckon I can weave the crystal sun into other things as well. But bog on me, I almost forgot the Undo's commission. If you could drag that lamp over to the John's house for me, I'll stay here and dream up a new ornament for you to try. Thanks. You now have access to Gerald's Forge. Equipment rewards will become available collection based on the role quest you've completed. Chances are probably not for... No. Ooh. That's actually... Huh. Ooh. Actually, it looks nice. Convenient. Ah. Ah. All right. At least I got that for, What is that you have there? Sacred lamp? The Finless One has kept his promise. My people tell me of the many deeds you have performed in the name of Vaden Cups. And now you come bearing the light we had almost surrendered hope of shame. We can doubt your purity no longer. Your arrival was the will of the ancients. Yes. The time for fear is past. We shall take the lamp. Veil its austere illumination upon the walls of the vault. Gather there with your companions, and we shall speak again once our prayers have been offered.
O stewards of the Ondo, we offer up our light in answer.
Voices.
That crystal you showed the artisan. Was it... Did it belong to one of my friends?
You actually. I thought you were always watching.
I tried to give you a measure of privacy. No one wants a spirit looking over their shoulder every moment of the day. So tell me, if you would, how did you come across that crystal?
Dropped it. No,
it was Nilebert's then. Strange that I should learn such things now, after they're long gone. They were fine friends, every one of them. I didn't expect death to teach me so much. About them, about Seto, about you, about the hope that hides at the heart of this world. I've never been one for idle chit-chat, but if by some miracle I could see them all again, I doubt I would ever stop talking. I'm grateful I got to bend your ear, at least. And just for that, I reckon I'll stick with you. To the very end.
Apologies, we were a little late to the gathering.
Oh no, it's fine.
It seems we succeeded in gaining their trust.
The delay wasn't exactly welcome, but at least our many hands made light work. And they seemed especially impressed with your contribution. Our hero indeed.
Y'shtola was telling us those structures may date back to the age of the Ascians.
An Ascian homeland. Despite his many protestations, I never quite believed Emmet Selk was telling the truth.
Nor I. But there is no denying the evidence before our eyes. Clearly this was once a great city. A home they would see restored, no matter how many tens of thousands of years it takes.
It's a hollow dream when you think about it. Even if they manage to rejoin all the worlds, they'll never bring back the ones who were lost. But would I have done any different?
How are you feeling?
Better. Bit better.
You have completed your devotions?
Yes. To the honored ancients have we offered up our prayers and our gratitude. You too have our thanks.
Might we trouble thee then to tell us more of the illuminated land of which thou didst lately speak?
To the west of here lies a great trench. Some days ago, a light appeared in that endless darkness. Curious, we ventured closer and discovered in the depths an entire city. The buildings we spied were akin to our own everlasting abodes. Impossibly so. We understood at once the ancients had risen. There could be no doubt. Taken with terror, we retreated to the cups, and I decreed that none should enter the trench until such time as we received a sign.
Might it still be possible to reach this city of the ancients?
With no water to drown you, a finless one could now travel there. Yes. I am convinced you are the sign for which we have been waiting. My people will show you the way.
Shall we?
The chieftain has bid me guide your steps to the illuminated land. Come, the way lies downwards. Follow the path of the coral rock and join your comrades below. I would really like a lozenge. Gathered, yes, and I shall describe the path you must take. Enter the cavern beyond and follow the wall down and down and down. Once at the bottom, find the passage to the northwest, then continue west and west and west. The way is not simple. Keep your friends within shouting distance and do not stray into the timber. Just before the journey's end, you will find the cowbound gap and the barrier we placed in its mouth. This obstacle will fade should you raise your hands toward it. We have made it so. Most simple explanation. We thank you for your guidance. Right, deeper into depth we go. Come on, Archimedes. Whoa. Rocks and coral bunch up the cavern like a staircase of sorts, but be careful, I'm one step from here. I'm kidding. I wagered burst of water could carry you clear up to the top again. I'll try it. around here. Oh shit. Ah. Once again. Our guide made us travel to the cavern floor and then west. It would seem the twisting tunnels defy simple instructions rather than rely on direction alone. I suggest we scout with care and relay the path ahead to those who come behind. Walked off of software here. Should think the squirrels off the side of the bridge. Woo! Ah, Terry, you've twisted two routes from here. Either take the long way to the south along the rocks, or skip along the squirrel branch as they've done. I, for one, shall follow my sister's example. Alright. Emmet, where are you? There you are. Come on, I think I found the tunnel we're looking for. Yeah, this must be the area Yonder spoke of. Ah, that was rather more audacious than expected. I feel a sudden rush of gratitude to the smooth roads our ancestors cut through the wilderness. No kidding. Twas a treacherous path indeed. Now I believe one of us needs to raise a hand to banish this next obstacle. Terry, I elect you to do the honors. Gone. Just like that. Special should head in. Like as not, this tunnel will be just as perilous as the road we walked to get there. Let's stay well surrounded, shall we? See what this city looks like. Oh. It's surrounded by fish. Perching fish. Lovely. Me eye. I also need to get my red mage up to level 80 to get that gear set.
By the gods!
Oh, I forgot how pretty this is. Xanarkand?
When the Ondo spoke of a city, I did not think they meant an actual city.
Guys, seriously, this is giving me Xanarkand vibes.
Then we are seeing the same view. The remnants in the Ondo settlement were solid material structures. But these... everything here pulses with ether. 'Tis an enchantment on a monumental scale.
Terry, did you notice the style of the architecture? It is the same for the remnants of the cups and Muriel's painted towers. Look closely. Emmet has not simply reclaimed these ruins, he has layered the semblance of an entire city upon them. The cosmic magnitude of this artifice is staggering. Though it pains me to admit, we do not fully understand the feats of which an old world Ascian was capable. It's intimidating, yes, but we have to start somewhere. Why don't we have a closer look to Tower of the Northeast? We may be able to reach it from the edge of the trench. This place really does give me Xanarchy vibes. Grief. Closing doors. Size of these doors. Now I know how pixies must feel. No kidding. Terry Allen, recognized. Welcome to the city of Emmet. Will you be riding the lift? What? Did the building just welcome you? Mayhap it's not so passing strange. Did Emmet not invite Terry to visit his abode? 'Tis plain thy coming was expected. And where will this lift be taking us? The lift service every level of Akura Heights is precisely configured to convey passengers directly to the ground floor. Well, there you have it. In the absence of a few hundred yards of rope, we have little choice but to accept the offer. Emphasis on the we. I'm not about to let you walk to that place alone. Thanks, Allie. I wish to ride the lift. As you wish. The lift will arrive shortly. Next stop, ground floor. Facilities include Bureau of Administrator, Bureau of the Architect, and the Capitol. So the distance you'll start realizing how the buildings truly are. What did the voice say? Call the city Emmet? Look, over there. Is that a person? Ah, no, my mistake. That's a giant. Doesn't seem to have noticed us yet. Giant, I know, a resident of this place may have much more to tell us. I say we may first move. Alpha, you can't just. Ugh. Pray, excuse my boldness, but I want to ask you a few questions. Grief. Are you children on an excursion? The district has much to teach you. children. How odd. That sounded like no language I ever heard, yet I understood every word. Just as he understood us. And which district is this exactly? You must be lost. Poor things. You stand in the Polar district where lie the institutions most vital to the management of our star. Can you tell us who rules this city? Who rules? What a curious question. Mayhaps you refer to our supervising body, the Congregation of the 14. So Emmet isn't the leader here. Emmet is a member of the Convocation. Were you hoping to witness his deeds firsthand? Hardly surprising, I suppose. The whole world holds its breath as the final days draws near and our brightest mind race to implement their plans. Thus you must understand that gaining an audience at this time will be next to impossible. You should hurry home now before your families begin to worry. Do you need me to walk you back? No, thank you. We'll be fine. Very well. Take care. What's that all about? To my eyes, these people appear as arcane entities. I suspect Emmet itself wove them from Aether as much as he reconstructed the rest of the city. Final days. Such words will well befit oblivion described to us by the Ascian foe. Catastrophe of unprecedented scale which did set in motion the summoning of Zodiac, and hence Heidelin herself. But that has happened centuries and centuries ago, hasn't it? That man spoke of it as if they're rushing to avert a disaster here and now. Unless, for these people, the distant past is the here and now. I believe thou hast the right of it, Master Alphalon. This ethereal Amarot and its residents appear to be phantoms of a different age. Emmet Silt hath resurrected a memory in a time from before the star was sundered. So, we find ourselves a long-destroyed city inhabited by long-departed an unusual situation, to be sure, but at least we're able to parley with these ancients. In fact, they seem downright eager to chat. I say we use this to our advantage. Split up, try to take up some conversation, see if we can't learn a location of a quarry. And while we're at it, I want her to read aloud a few more details regarding the Convocation of 14 and impending disaster. Mingling then. Let's meet back here when our jaws start aching. Even riding on Archimedes, I'm only halfway up to their height. Good grief. Was this really their height? It couldn't have been. There's no way. He must have upped the scale or something. Made them larger than life or something. Hey, there is a crystal! Twould seem the hall has host the most precious visitor this day. And what, pray tell, should the subject of our discussion be, young one? Ah, the convocation and their handling of the coming peril. It is only natural that you should have questions. Shall we begin with the members themselves? As all know, the 14 are the wisest and most persistent among us. They are the steward of the order, responsible for decisions which keep the star turning season after season. Be it the speaker, La Habrea, or the emissary, Elidibidus, each seat is occupied by an elected sage of surpassing intellect. La Habrea was the leader? Logriff, Mitron, Emmet, their individual titles have, as a gesture of respect and manner of tradition, become synonymous with their incumbents. That is with great indulgence that I greet this recent rumor that a seat in the convocation is soon to be left vacant. Really? If proven true, 'twould seem an unprecedented development, and testament to the immense pressure under which our saviors are toiling. In any event, I for one am confident they shall deliver our star into salvation. Missing seat. So we're gonna go from 14 to 13. I never really pay attention to the dialogue. So I'm kind of curious about all this. Ah! Good gracious, child, where is your family? You should not be alone this time like this. Run along home quickly now. Have you not heard? Though yet confined to the lands across the sea, a terrible phenomenon afflicts our star, calling it the final days. It is said it started suddenly. Cacophonous keening from beneath the earth. The sound distorts all living things within earshots and wrests control of creation magics. Once this happens, all is lost. Fear, pain, despair, every dread impulse is siphoned from our minds and given substance. An eternal fall of fiery rain and incessant spawning of nightmarish beasts. None can point the source of this phenomenon. It is as if the star itself has fallen ill, as a force immaculate to life now festers and spreads. It is only a matter of time until Amarok 2 resounds to that dissonant squall. You should stay with your loved ones, child. Stay with them. Interesting. See, I haven't gotten very far in Endwalker, and I think we get more answers to this? I don't know. An audience with them Exelt. I'm afraid you've got the wrong office, little one. Besides, we'll be far too busy to field questions of curious children. Surely you've been told of the looming catastrophe. Every resource available to the convocation must be spent upon ensuring our world survives. They have yet to make an official announcement, but it is said the 14 are moving forward with the plan's scarce, credible proportions, one which promises to grant will to the very star itself. They will invoke our mightiest spells of creation to birth an entity of all immensive magnificence, and then they will rewrite the laws of existence. It is a huge undertaking, and it must be completed ere the corruption spreads this far. Thus I say to you again, do not hold out hope with an audience. One and two. Good grief. Terry, if I was not certain before than I am now, these people of the city believe that they face the end of the world. I can't imagine what purpose compelled Emmet itself to recreate this ancient emerald. And yet, I fancy I hear his words echoing to us throughout this ocean trench. He would have his story known. Sounds about right. Greater Fellows. We can compare notes once the others return. Hopefully our next move will become clear. To see our convergence was much alike. A looming disaster, creation magics running rampant, this congregation's efforts to bring salvation out of chaos. I suppose there was to task little else in time when the events came to pass. Oriandre, if I may, what are your thoughts on the ancient arts of creation? Fascinating principle. Discipline, indeed. Aught the mind can conceive, many which rendered reality. All this required is clear concept in which to focus on one's will. 'Tis not dissimilar to primal rites taught by the Asians, where in rituals of creation brethren life into fragments of myth and legend. I see we arrived at the same conclusion then. People who lived in this age before the Sundering were blessed with vast reserves of mana. No matter how draining these creation magics must be, it seems they paid the cost with not more than a fraction of the aether which coursed through their own bodies. If we were to attempt the same, such spells would soon deplete our energies and then seek to draw balance from elsewhere. Portal crystals, mayhaps, or from the very land itself. Thus, when this art of creation is placed in our hands, it became, in effect, means for destruction. An interesting matter which no doubt bears fruit to the study, but despite all these revelations, I worry we're no closer to finding Emmet's silk. Has anyone learned aught which might lead us to his location? Directly, mayhap, but from what we learn, it seems the congregation of 14 is sequenced in a nearby Capitol building. We went to see ourselves, the attendant wouldn't let us through without a written permission. So we tried our luck at the Bureau of Administrator, where we thought that these permissions might be issued. But the clerk there said he couldn't help us since our names didn't appear on the registry. That's where we gave up. I wonder though, Terry, could you be eligible for one of these writs? The voice in the lift seemed to know who you were. It might be your name is registered at the Bureau as well? With the look, I'd say. Meanwhile, I'll head back to the capital and list for a less official point of interest, just in case. Pray, allow me to accompany thee on this reconnaissance. An arcane perspective may prove indeed useful. I think I speak with more than these agents. I think I'd like to speak more with these agents. Maybe they know of something that could cure Terry's condition. Would you mind coming with me? Of course I don't mind, just lead the way. Then Yashtilla and I will buy ourselves with further exploration. Surely more intelligence to be had. And so we part our ways once more. This time, however, let's reconvene in the front of the capital. Hey. Not really care. We want to progress a little bit, so at least. Oh wow! Awesome, Obake! Apparently he was playing Verizon and he finally defeated Simon Belmont. Yeah, I'm gonna continue on a little bit. I kinda wanna do the dungeon, but at the same time... We gotta at least get these bonus quests done. Ah. A lot of bureaus around here. Attack me. Northeast. So there's them. Got my teeth. Also, I don't need any of these, so boom, 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 boom. That's gonna do it for this stream, guys. Stay tuned for announcements, please. How much were there? 2 hours left. 81%. Alright. Thank you all so much for joining me. I deeply appreciate it. I really hope you guys understand this, because really it's just you guys helping me and just being supportive, watching these videos. It really helps me. Helps me just, you know, continue going on. It just really, it motivates me. It really does. If you like this video and you want to see more content, please feel free to hit that follow button. Make sure your notification bell is on. That being said, my normal stream days are Sundays, Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays at 7 p.m. U.S. Central Time, guys. Please don't forget. I have a YouTube account. It is under the same name. Check it out. I archive all my videos at the end of every week. If you see anything that you like that I have not finished up or have finished up and want to see me play again, let me know and I will work on that. However, that being said, all this week is mostly going to be just me playing Final Fantasy XIV so I can continue on through the main story quest. That being said, tomorrow and Tuesday, definitely going to be for Final Fantasy XIV. And then Wednesday, if Obake is available this time, probably going to be doing some V-Rising. Hopefully Squirrely's going to be able to join us. I'm not holding out any hope, but I would like us three to get together and all that stuff. We still need to build her castle in my area. Still need to do that. I'm tired and I still haven't really progressed much. I mean, okay, I got the level 80 legendary gear for my summoner, which is, you know, good. But I haven't progressed much in the way of getting the high-end gear. And I won't be able to do that until I beat Emmet. Oh, before I forget, the 15th is confirmed that... Hang on, just to be sure. Yeah, 15th is definitely going to be a continuation of our D&D night session, whatever, thing. The Odyssey of Tyros. Austin is Aussie is working on it, working on like the maps and stuff like that. Sending me messages, be like, "Here, man, show this." And okay, I'll work on it. So yeah, we're gonna be doing a lot. A lot's planned. Yeah, I'm tired. In case you guys haven't couldn't tell, I usually am when it's work days. It really is bad. But I'm off tomorrow, so that's something. Though I got bills to pay, so that's not good. Alright. That being said, let's find someone to raid. Who do we got? Who's on? What are we doing? Who do you love? Who be on? Oh, Fasani! Yeah! No, wait. Yeah, Fasani. Let's join him. Jim Golem playing. Alright. Once again, guys, want to thank you. Even if it's just watching after the stream, it really helps. It really boosts my morale when I see those numbers. And nothing else to say, but hope to see you guys tomorrow. Same owl time, same owl channel. So long, thanks for all the fish, and good night. Wapow.